Welcome back to my channel. Welcome to another reading vlog, I guess. And with this one, we will be tackling together my May TBR. There's less than 1 week left on May, and during that time, I'm going to try to finish all of the TBR, all of the books in my TBR list, while also testing my Kindle Colorsoft. As someone who came from a Kindle Basic to a Kindle that's much bigger with, of course, color, so we'll be testing that as well for the week. And as for my TBR, I think I have 4 books left. I already started one, which is The Grace Year, and I started it as an audiobook. I'm still in I think 30-40% through. I still have mixed feelings about it. I kind of feel mad about the whole story, and I know I'm supposed to feel that way, but yeah, it's not like a fun read. It's not something that I want to pick up, but it's a very interesting book as well. And then we have 3 other books, and we'll be starting the first one today together, and that would be Bratva Butcher. This is book 4 in the Bratva series by T.G. Maguire. I'm so in love and obsessed with this book series. It's a mafia, well, kind of dark mafia romance. To me, I feel like it's more like mafia than dark romance, but I love it. It's 5 books. Each book obviously is about a specific couple, but we have an overall story that goes all along the books. So we have to read all of the books and also read them in order. This one is about Bratva Butcher. It's their father, Dimitri, which kind of made me a little bit nervous in the beginning because I thought it's gonna be a age gap romance. Like, he's 50 something. I think it's 53 or 54, and I expected the FMC to be like in her 20s, but thank God it's not. She's in her 40s. So he is the lord of the Bratva, or like the Russian mafia, and she is an assassin. They kind of get caught in this real life Squid Game kind of thing, which is they would be taken to this anonymous secret island where they had to fight for their lives, and people, like rich people, are coming to this island to this games they call like till death games, and betting on them, and only one person will walk away alive by like murdering everybody else. So it's kind of like the Squid Game, as I said, but this time they're doing it in pairs, I believe. And now, because they hate each other, this is a true enemies to lovers kind of, and they had to work as a pair, and they're like roommates as well. They have to trust each other, protect each other if they want to get out of there alive. Of course, we've seen part of this plot in the previous book, so I know how that whole thing with the games is gonna end, but we're gonna get to see it in their own POV, like Dimitri, and I think her name is Autumn. And of course, we're gonna have like more of that, because the last book ended kind of, when it comes to the story, kind of ended not a cliffhanger, but you can see like there's much more to their story. So I believe we're gonna see more of that in their own book. So this is for first book in my TBR. I also have Say You'll Remember Me by Abby Jimenez. I do have the audiobook for that one, and I also want to read The Divorce by Freda McFadden. It's not out yet, but it's gonna be out later this week. So we're gonna try to finish all of these books. It's 4 books during this week, and of course testing my Kindle Colorsoft, which I'm super excited about. You have no idea how happy I am for this Kindle. So without further ado, let's get started. So I'm like what 35, maybe 40% through, and I'm this close to being bored. Like I'm on the edge of being bored, and it's not because the book is bad or anything. It's just that the fact that there's like tension and suspense building up, but we already know what happened. We've already seen what happened in the previous book. Like I know how this is gonna end. So that kind of like bored me just a little bit. With that being said, I love the banter between these two and how like the fact that they hate each other. It's an enemies to lovers. Like I want to say true enemies to lovers, but you know, like they still like each other. They still are like falling for each other, but they hate the fact that they are, specifically for Dimitri. Like he feels like he's letting down his dead wife and he's kind of like cheating on it or something. But I love the banter between these two. I just want the whole thing about the till death games, whatever they're called, to finally finish so we can get to the rest of the story and to get to where we left it in the previous book. That's all like my only complaint right now, but so far I'm enjoying it a lot. Another update, I only have like what 20 maybe 30 pages left in the book. Oh my god, I'm so obsessed with the series. But I just want to talk about something. Like we met the FMC of the last book, like the stalker of Lakin, and oh my god, she's crazy. I love her. I cannot wait for her book. Like, she's crazy. We know that she's stalking him, that she kind of got access to their house, and they still don't know how like she gets out, like in and out of the house, and we kind of like see how she does in the book, but she's crazy. Like, she is celebrating anniversaries with Lokian. Like, she's saying like, oh, like we are getting married very soon, and the guy never met her. Like he never even saw how she looks, and it's gonna get even crazier because Lucian is destined to arrange like to get married in his book, and she's gonna lose it. I just know. We can like see that this book. So I'm super excited for book 5, and this one is going really well, and I think I'm gonna finish it tonight, and if I'm lucky I will be starting The Divorce by Freddie McFadden. It just came out, so yeah, I'm super excited for that one as well. I also forgot to mention that I finished The Grace Year, and I still don't know what to think about that book. Like, I know it is meant to make you feel a little angry and not really love the way, like the way the men are acting in the book. Basically, like I don't think I never mentioned the story, but basically it's set in a world where they would like when the girls get to a certain age, they would send them to literally like the middle of nowhere in a forest, and they have to survive there. Most of them don't make it back, and even the ones who do, like they're just traumatized and broken, and it's kind of like a way the men do to just broke these women so they can be easy to manipulate and control when they get married, which is really like making me angry. And as I said before, it's not a book that you would feel like excited to pick back up for some reason, even though like this is an audio. If it was like a book that I had to read, I would have DNF, to be honest. But yeah, like I made it and I finished it, and I would say it's not bad. Like I'm not saying it's bad, but it's not great in my opinion. And also I did not like the ending, the way it ended. I know and I get it. I know it's real, but I would have loved a more stronger, maybe aggressive ending for those people. But yeah, like that's all I think I have for The Grace Year, and I think I'm gonna give it 3 stars. Again, it's not bad, but it's not great. The audiobook is good. Like it's at least like it's fun to listen to, I guess, but it's not that type of books that you wanna be listening to and getting excited to pick, as I said. But anyway, that's for The Grace Year, and now I'm gonna finish The Bertha Butcher so I can get to finally start The Divorce. And also for Say You'll Remember Me by Abby Jimenez, I will be starting the audiobook I think tomorrow morning. So that's it for the update. See you soon.
تعرف لبس Swedish.
Good morning. It's been a couple of days, and I actually finished reading The Divorce by Philip Catton. This is her newest release. It was released this week, like last week, the last week of May. This is a psychological thriller. It's about a woman named Naomi. She was kind of tricked by her husband to leave the house, and then out of the blue, he asked her for a divorce, and he also emptied all of their bank accounts. So now she has no money, she has nowhere to live. I mean, he gave her this small apartment to stay in until she figures things out, and that's it. They do have a son. His name is Teddy, and now they're like fighting for his custody. Jeremy, the husband, he wants full custody of his son. He doesn't believe that Naomi is capable of taking care of him. So yeah, they're like enter this battle of custody for their son. And also, she asked him if all of this was about a woman. At first, he denied it, but then she finds out that he was actually having an affair with a 20 something year old woman. And she kind of got obsessed with this young lady. Like, she feels that she's here to do something else. Like, she doesn't really love Jeremy and she just wants his money. She thinks that she's very, very dangerous, so she gets obsessed with her. Like, the whole first part of it is just about Naomi trying to figure out what's going on, and also, as I said, the battle of the custody, which is the fun part of it, because she has this lawyer. His name is Ezra, and it's really fun, like, to see that like how he battles and how he like all of the lawyer things. I did love that part. He's really kind of like funny, and also like there was this little romance between the two. And then we get to the other POV, and that's when everything kind of went downhill for me. We got Veronica's POV, which is the young lady Jeremy was having an affair with. From there, everything just didn't make any sense. No logic at all, and it's also one of those situations when you are in the head of the main character but then they're lying to you, and also we weren't given any context why they were lying and why they were like doing those things, because okay, maybe you did all of those awful things but you don't remember or you don't believe that you did them because you have like a mental issue or something. Like, it was nothing explained. We had no context. Also with Naomi, we knew that she had a problem with her mom. She doesn't really get along with her, but they also get along somehow, and we got no context. The ending was awful. I was so disappointed. Like, I hate it when a book starts really good, specifically for thrillers. When it starts really, really good and then it's like this. It honestly feels like a child gave this idea of how, oh, like all of this ties up and how, like, what Veronica is really doing and why she's there and all that. Again, nothing made sense to me. Nothing was logical. I was bored the whole time. Like the second part of this book. Yeah, all I can say is it was horrible. I gave it 1 star just because I enjoyed the first part. Other than that, it would deserve way less than that, honestly. So this was a disappointment. I was so excited for it, but yeah. It's a Freedom Fan book, so it's either you love it or you hate it, and I think with this one it's a hate for me. And as for Say You'll Remember Me by Abby Jimenez, I already started the audiobook the other day, and I think I'm at 72%. And to be honest, I'm loving it. Like, I heard a lot of bad things about it, and a lot of people said it was her worst yet, and that's why I didn't read it when it first came out last year. But now book two is out, and I was like, maybe I'll just give it a chance, maybe just get the audiobook, which I'm glad I did. It's about Xavier. He is a veterinarian. She came to him. She has a kitty who has a problem, and like Xavier was having a bad day, so he was kind of like rude to her, And after that, he decided to make it up to her and ask her on a date. And that date turned to be perfect. Like they had the connection, they had chemistry, they wanted to spend more long hours together. She met his friend loved her, which is like a very rare and something that really doesn't happen every time. And then she informs him that she's actually moving out to another state, and that would be permanently, like she's not coming back, and actually her plane or her flight is in like a couple hours. So this perfect date turned to be nothing, like there's nothing, it won't lead to anything, but it's really sweet that he was not giving up on her. Like he is literally fighting, like the money is really tight from like for both of them, and they're like fighting for each other, and I love that. Like they're currently like doing a long distance kind of situation. I love the chemistry between them. The banter is really great, and also like I love how she stand up for him and how he can like fights for this whole thing, like and also we get the background story of him, which is very sad as well. And for her, like she actually moved out or back home so she can stay with her mom who has dementia, and she's trying to like help the family and all that. It was really really good, and I don't know, like I'm kind of scared because either people are lying about it being bad or I'm in for a huge disappointment, and that would be like a second disappointment after this one. And I just hope it's not. So yeah, I think I'm gonna finish it today, and that would be it for this. Hello, I'm back. It's been another couple of days, and I finished Save You'll Remember Me by Abby Jimenez. And honestly, I'm shocked that everyone hated this book. I loved it. It was great. I think it's my second favorite by the author, and I still don't get why people said it was her worst yet. I think it was the best one. Her worst maybe was the one before that, like the Just for the Summer. I didn't really like that one, but this one was so good. Maybe because I kind of like relate to the characters or somehow, I don't know. I just loved the romance, I loved the chemistry, I loved the way they were fighting for each other, specifically for Xavier. I loved that there was animals and pets involved, and I loved the whole like family thing, the brotherhood and sisterhood between her and her siblings. I loved everything about this book. I did enjoy it a lot. The only part that was like cringed a little was in the first place, in the first part of the book, when they were like keeping reminding us that, oh, like he looks like Rhysand from Akatar. That was kind of like a little cringy. It did they repeated it multiple times, but I didn't mind it, to be honest. Other than that, I think the book was so good, so fun. Maybe it was the audiobook, maybe the narrators made it better, I don't know, but I did enjoy it, and I gave it 4.75. It was so close to a 5 star, but I just loved it so much. As for my Kindle, I would say after using it, now it's been 3 weeks, exactly 3 weeks, and I'm super happy and I'm glad that I did make this investment. Yes, it is very expensive for an e-reader or like for a Kindle to be this expensive, but I would still consider it a good investment. For me, I wanted, like, moving from a Kindle Basic, I wanted a bigger screen, and maybe like the colors were just a bonus for me. I didn't really care for the colors in the beginning, but now it's one of the major things that made me really love and like my Kindle. Like just to see the cover of the book, specifically if it's a colored one, it is so satisfying. It just motivates you to want to pick up the book and read. And also I loved the feature of highlighting or annotating in different colors, and you can filter in the book with those colors. And also for thrillers, I love to like having annotations and adding some notes of mine, like theories and stuff, and that also worked so well. Which reminds me, this device is really really fast compared to my like Kindle Basic, because again, I love reading thrillers on my Kindle, and I love adding notes and my theories to it, and typing with it, it's almost close to typing on a phone, and it's really, really remarkable if you came again from a Kindle Basic. Another thing that I really, really loved is the size of the device, because I wanted a bigger screen, and with this one, for some reason, just feels like reading on a paperback because it's really close to the size of the page on a paperback, and I love that, and that somehow made the experience even better for me. The other thing I want to talk about, which is the things that really made me concerned after I got my Kindle. I've seen some reviews on the internet. The first one being it having a yellow screen in the bottom, but glad, like, fortunately mine don't have it. But then I did some research, and apparently it was only a software issue that they had fixed in the past with just an update. So yeah, you don't have that one. You don't have that. And the other thing was the battery. Like, for some reason, people said that the battery was bad on these things. To me, I read 2 whole books with and a half. Like, at this moment, I read half of this book, and it only got to 20 something, 20%, let's say, in what, almost 3 weeks. And that to me is enough. Like, being able, even if it ended, even if it got to 0% by the end of the second week, to me that's a great deal. Like, having a device like that you would use every single day, and you only have to charge it twice a month, I think that's a good deal. So I don't really get why people were upset about that. I would say though that I keep my Wi-Fi turned off and my Bluetooth turned off, and also the animation thing, I didn't really like the way, like, if you want to swipe pages, I didn't like that. So that thing also is it is also turned off. I only turn on my Wi-Fi when I want to, like, download a book or something, and then I just turn it back off immediately. So maybe that's why it took me this long, but I don't see any difference between this one and the battery and the Kindle Basic. That's all I think I had to say about my Kindle, the Colorsoft. Other than that, I'm super happy. I get excited every time I get to use it, and I love it so much, and I'm glad that I did the switch. It was an early birthday gift, so I'm happy I did that, and I'm excited to read more books on it. So that would be it for my Kindle, or for my thoughts or my review, my 3 weeks review of the Colorsoft. Tell me what you think down below. Tell me, like, if you want to share your experience. And that would be it for this video, where I, like, tried to finish, well, I succeeded to finish my TBR of the month of May. And yeah, that was it for this vlog. I hope you guys like it, and as usual, if you're not subscribed, please subscribe, leave a like, leave a comment down below, and I'll see you in the next one.